What's up, guys? LQ here with the LQ review, and I just looked at the box office mojo report for the weekend, and Avengers Endgame missed the mark. I knew it was going to. Avatar is still the #1 movie in history worldwide. And it's probably fitting, to be honest. I loved Avengers Endgame. I thought it was a great movie. It was a hoot. I saw it 3 times in theaters, which is a lot for me. I'm reluctant to pay to see anything more than once. I'll just wait and get it on Blu-ray. So, yeah, it was a good movie, but it wasn't as good as Avatar. I know people call it, Pocahontas in space, Dances with Wolves in space. People will do whatever they want to do to trivialize it, to make them feel better about Endgame missing it, missing the mark. And you're going to see a lot of that online. People trivializing Avatar to make them feel better about Avengers Endgame missing the mark. Forget that and I agree with you. I say it's Fern Gully in space. That's what I tell people. It's Fern Gully in space. Forget about that part of it, though. Narratively, as a story, as a narrative, it's better than Avengers Endgame. Avatar, as a narrative, as a story, is a better one than Avengers Endgame. As a storyteller, James Cameron is far superior to the Russos. If you tell me you think the Russos are a better filmmaker, better directors than James Cameron, I'm going to laugh at you and discredit anything you say about movies in the future. James Cameron is a superior filmmaker. Avatar is a superior movie to Avengers Endgame. It just is. Like I said, narratively, it was a stronger story. Avengers Endgame was a mess for the first 2/3. It was a fun mess. Don't misquote me by saying I didn't like Avengers Endgame. It was a fun mess. But it was a mess. It still doesn't make a lot of sense. The Captain America thing doesn't make a lot of sense at the end. Old man Cap, Joe Biden Cap. That doesn't make a lot of sense. And again, the haters, they're going to look at Avatar and they're going to look at you and they're going to be like, unobtainium. How good is that? Well, how good was Professor Hulk? Professor Hulk was freaking stupid. Professor Hulk took a great character who deserved a big moment to rage out and finally have that one-on-one with Thanos, and they turned him into a dork. They turned Rage Hulk into a nerd, into a dork, into somebody that doesn't belong on the Avengers any more than any other science guy does. So you're going to yell on Obtainium, I'm going to yell Professor Hulk. I'm sorry, guys. Avatar is the better movie, and it's fitting that it's still #1. And by the way, it might not stay #1. It's entirely possible. It's what, $26 million away from Avatar? It's entirely possible that with Spider-Man Far From Home coming out, that it generates that's going to be that's going to be a movie that's very closely tied to Endgame. It's entirely possible that Endgame is going to limp across the finish line slightly ahead of Avatar. That's entirely possible. I wouldn't put $5 on it now. I would put $5 on Avatar, but it's very possible that Endgame still beats it. It doesn't matter. Avatar is a better movie by a better director. Doesn't mean I didn't like Endgame, because I did a lot. Avatar is a better movie. But let's talk about why is it important. Why is it so important that Avengers Endgame beats Avatar? Hashtag whatever it takes was floating around the internet a few days ago, maybe a week ago, when we first heard about this re-release, which it wasn't a re-release. It never left theaters. It was just a re-hyping. Let's re-hype Endgame. See if we can cross that finish line. But why does it matter? Avatar is owned by Disney. Endgame is owned by Disney. The Lion King is owned by Disney. Star Wars is owned by Disney. The biggest franchises are owned by Disney. You're basically saying, I don't... You're rooting against Disney as you're rooting for Disney. That's insane to me. That's insane to me. Unless you have stock in Marvel Studios, unless you own stock in Marvel Studios, I see no reason to be rooting for Endgame to pass Avatar. I see no point in it. I don't know. I don't care if Endgame passes Avatar. I just don't. I don't have any stock in it. I don't own stock in Pandora, the world of Pandora, in Avatar, and I don't own any stock in any of that. Fox Studios. Why do I care? Why do I care if Endgame passes Avatar? I don't. I'm just saying it's fitting because I think Avatar is the better movie. It's fitting if Avatar stays number one. So, I don't know. That's where we're at. Like I said, I kind of still feel like there's a decent chance that Endgame's going to limp across that finish line and just barely make it, but I'm not holding my breath now. I don't think it's going to. I think right now there's a 60% chance that Avatar is going to stay safe, and there's a 40% chance that Endgame's going to end up barely by the skin of its teeth beating it. And that's where we're at. What are your thoughts on it? Are you one of those people who are like, whatever it takes, Endgame must beat Avatar because? Are you one of those people? Or are you like me? You're like, I don't care. It's cool if they do. It's cool if they don't. Or maybe you're one of those people who are like, Avatar must not be beaten because it is better. That's the side that I lean on a little more than Endgame, but I don't care either way. Let me know in the comments down below if you are Team Avatar, Team Endgame, or Team Who Cares. I'm kind of Team Who Cares, but it'd be cool to see Avatar win. That's kind of where I'm at. I'm a Chicago Cubs fan, have been my whole life, a huge, gigantic Chicago Cubs nerd. If the Indians played in the World Series against the Diamondbacks, I'm going to be like, I don't care who wins. It'd be kind of cool to see the Indians win, but I really don't care. That's kind of how I am here. I don't care who wins between Avatar and Endgame. They're both great movies. I win. I'm the winner. But it'd be kind of cool to see Avatar hold on to their record. That's kind of where I'm at. So let me know in the comments down below what you think. Thank you so much for being here at the LQ Review, where we talk about all the geeky, nerdy stuff that we love to talk about. And until next time, we'll see you later.